No, I was having a soul. He caught Pankaj, bashed him on the head, six, dut. So Shah Rukh, by the way, is the most mischievous guy. Shah Rukh says, six, I can see number six.
And you were telling me about Shah Rukh Khan as well. Like, let's talk about that fun shoot of his.
So my brains are Bengali, my balls are Punjabi, which is a good sort of combination.
Where did your journey actually start?
When Salman Khan came, he said, "Paisa kahan hai, main sale."
Bole Mere Lips, I love Uncle Chips. So advertising as an industry or journalism also per se, there's a lot of politics in the industry. There's a lot of nepotism in the industry.
Mine go right back to when my father was in the Air Force. He was a fighter pilot. A lot of harassment behind closed doors. Temperament is the key to long-term success.
Do you think social media has been a boon or a bane to you? Briefly spoken about nepotism. Hussein was dyslexic, by the way. Like, you didn't even know, painting was his thing, by the way, for the people who don't know.
So, I tell you, Hussein's very funny.
One bad decision you've ever taken?
So, you're choosing between truth and money. So, should you tell the truth and not make money?
You've gotten over 100 awards, I believe.
I'm running a games company. We're launching a huge sort of games there. I am running a research company online. I'm doing a new play.
Tell me one thing, out of curiosity, have you ever been part of the casting couch? Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Heartful Show, where art needs a heart. Today, our guest needs no introduction. He's truly a storehouse of talent. He's an ad man, an event specialist, a game host, an author, and much more. So today we have Shivjeet Kullar sir as one of our most heartful guests that we could have called. So hi sir, how are you doing?
Very well, Thomas.
Can I be very candid with you in this entire podcast, or do you want it to be a bit more formal?
There are things I don't want my wife to hear, but apart from that, it's all good.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about any controversies, but yeah, something very candid. And this is going to be an unfiltered conversation about the entire journey of yours. So beyond the advertising legend tag, where did your journey actually start? I've known you for, more than 10, 15 years now. So how did you start? Where did it start?
Well, the formation years of mine go right back to when my father was in the Air Force.
Okay.
He was a fighter pilot, and in fact, we used to be stationed in Iraq.
Okay.
So when we were in Iraq, I spent my class 3 and class 4
You were in Iraq?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
learning Arabic. So which means that I didn't learn Hindi for those 2 years.
Yeah.
So that is the first framing of my life, because even today, I don't know if this Ram Kaab hai, Saqib hai, so I have not any idea. So that's when my indoctrination started.
Okay.
But after that, I spent about 10 years in Mayo College,
Okay.
which really taught me a lot, because Mayo is it's a kind of, it's a cradle for leaders.
Yes.
Fabulous place.
Rigorous learning at all. A lot of rigorous learning also at Mayo.
Yeah, you learn all kinds of things in Mayo. So you learn how to be independent. So those were my background formations. My father was Punjabi, fighter pilot. My mother was Bengali. So I have a combination of both of them. So my brains are Bengali, my balls are Punjabi, which is a good sort of combination.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Delhi when I was about I think 26, 25, 26. And since then, my career took off.
No, but did you have advertising on your platter ever since? Like, how did that decision of you pursuing advertising come into picture?
Yeah. So in my time, I did not want to study any further.
Hmm.
So in my time, I did not want to study any further. I want to write. So Aryaman, at that point, if you want to write, you have to choose between journalism
Yeah.
and advertising. There are only two things.
Yeah.
So you're choosing between truth and money. So should you tell the truth and not make money, or tell lies and make money? So I should tell lies and make money.
Yeah.
So that's how you're an advertiser.
No, but journalism that time also, like in today's time, it's a pretty abused industry. Even if I talk about advertising as an industry per se, because my father also belongs to that industry. So I've always heard of these, controversies and scandals of how people manipulate each other. There's a lot of politics. So did you, initially face that?
In advertising?
Yeah. Or in your career, initially when you started.
Ask me again.
So, when you started pursuing advertising. So advertising as an industry, or journalism also per se, also has a notion that it's an abused industry. There's a lot of politics in the industry. There's a lot of nepotism in the industry. So I mean, did you ever face that initially when you started? Because you come from a background which is not of the same genre.
So I think it, what is controversy, it differs from age to age,
Of course.
right?
Yes.
So today, there is so much of carefulness in what people say. At one time, it used to be said by everybody, some kind of language.
Yes.
So what was shocking now was not shocking then. So I can tell you, advertising was a pretty wild profession during that time.
Yes.
It was a pretty wild profession, and there was a lot of. So I remember we when we first went to Bombay for a first shoot. I think it was. I think it was Shah Rukh Khan shoot. We stayed in this hotel called Farias,
Okay.
and we convinced one of our colleagues that अगर रात में ना, if you leave a towel outside your door, a woman will come.
Okay.
he he actually was leaving a towel. So it was good fun those years. And people had fun, men and women laughed together. Nowadays, though, I mean, you just have to say one wrong word
And you
and
go for it.
down it you. So yeah, so those were fun, happy days. We did a lot of crazy stuff. And nowadays we're more careful, feels like.
Yeah, but in those days is where you talk about the fun elements, like even the parties. Because I remember every second day, a news organization, maybe a TOI or a HT or any organization, any good client would host a so-called PR party. How did you go for them? I mean, I don't know. Did you ever go for such party?
Yeah. We used to be a lot of partying in those days. And so I was more in the advertising world.
Yes.
So there basically you had a lot of advertising awards.
Yes.
And those were like big party functions. Basically.
Yes.
Whenever you went for shooting, those were party functions. Then I did events. There's a lot of partying. So event people are basically organizing parties all the time. So I remember, so there are two stories from events. So I used to work with this event company called Showtime.
Okay.
And
Yes, of course.
me and my boss, um, we had this very good strategic dialogue. So एक बार we were launching a truck called the Ace
Okay.
for Ratan Tata.
Yes. Yes.
So Ratan Tata had to come up and press a button, and the thing would open. So street would open. The truck would be in there. Now one of our friends, one guy called Anjan, he panicked, and before Tata got up, only he opened it.
Wow.
So that's where Michael and me, the guy who owned the agency, turned to each other and says, "Time to run."
Yeah.
So this time to run became the phase. So we were giving a huge party, right? So there was an ad club, and they would go out, and we were doing this large party on a boat.
Okay.
People getting drunk and streaming and all. Suddenly, we realized at around 8:39 that the booze was finishing.
Okay.
All the liquor was finished.
Yeah.
So 9:30, you said time to run in my tents. So yeah, so there's a lot of partying, a lot of drinking in those days. And partying was a big form of.
I think it comes with the job.
Also, yeah, people that time, you see, at that time, you were not into too much health. આજકાલ don't drink the air and they don't drink that much. Today, people are into a lot of health. So those days, it was a much freer life. People had more fun. People died much younger. So you party at 58, you retire, you complain until 60 and died at 62. Hello. Today, people are 70, 80, they're going around and basically healthy, don't know what to do. And one of the most famous advertising ads is for insurance. It says you plan your life perfectly and your retirement to live till 70, and then something shocking happens, you live till 90.
90.
Yes, that was a big party era, crazy things happening. some scandals, someone being discovered by someone, people getting drunk and
Slosh.
things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. What was one of the funniest scandals which would have happened at that time during this time?
Okay. So,
No, it's fine. I mean, it's unfiltered. So,
a guy called Viren,
okay.
Viren Rajdhan. Viren Rai tha uska naam.
Okay.
Viren Rai was in advertising in those days, and he was famous for the way he used to talk about women, right? Really bad behaved guy, and all he would go around saying is that how many chicks you slept with, how many chicks you slept
Huh.
with. So fine, I used to say all this. So one day when we were in agency Clarion, Viren was in his room with a client from ITC. Her name was Mini.
Okay.
अब वो कलकत्ता में क्या होता था ना, that the lights would go off suddenly.
Yes.
So from what I understood, the lights went off and they came on maybe a few years later, and Mimi came screaming. She ran off. So we told Viren, what did you do? What did you do? Apparently he just grabbed, okay. But anyway, we didn't know that. So then we forgot about it. And then about 3 weeks later, ITC was briefing the whole of Clarion on a campaign.
Campaigns. Yeah.
There's a guy, I forgot his name there, Kaushik or something. And he said, so now our brief for a new product is that I'm not having any discussion with animals in the room. And he walked out.
Wow.
So that's when we realized that, we're in and that. So those were crazy days basically.
Yeah, I mean, but to be honest, the crazy people are known. I mean, that's how the stories get famous as well. But talking about socializing, you used to socialize a lot. Did people, like in today's time, you were talking about how, there's a certain structure, there's something which people need to follow. But that time, did people socialize just to cram?
Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah. Start again. I mean,
No worries. So I was saying, so socializing was such a big factor back then. So did people actually socialize to actually kind of climb the ladder or to get somewhere? Because I've heard of cases where people, like as you said, people would sleep around with people for stuff and stuff. Like in today's time, I think it does not happen as much as it used to happen back then.
yeah. So I will. Okay, so there was this guy. He's a creative director, very famous in our time,
Yeah,
and he in Calcutta. So let's call him Wally.
Yeah,
for want of a better name. And there was this girl, and for want of a better name, let's call her Suli, right?
Yes.
So
Jolly.
Wally was known
Hmm.
for what he did with women, and
He's a
everyone just because he's so senior, everyone ignored it. I remember one day Wally was going to a shoot, and this woman, she had just joined the agency 3 months ago, and Wally was going to Bombay, and he said, "Okay, trying to go, catch my flight. Suli, come on." So he was going, and she was going with her, and by chance, the manager of the agency, Ochin Ganguly, where are you going? Where are you going? He was taking her to Bombay, and no one was so. It was I mean, there all kinds of things were happening openly, and but I'd like to think, that we still respected women.
I agree.
So there were some people with all this kind of stuff happening, but by and large, I feel there was a good ethos of good nature between the sexes.
Yes, yes. You're right. And I think back in that time as well, as you said, because now why it is so abused is because of the, coming of social media, digital media. So people have that kind of exposure. I think back then people had that understanding that this comes with the job. It's a two-way street. So probably that's why where this actually got window.
Yeah, also, I think, unfortunately, women, they were afraid to speak out. The Me
Yes.
Too movement changed all that.
Yes.
Changed that
Yes.
completely.
Rightly.
But at that time, I think there was a lot of harassment behind closed doors. And now, how do you separate, right? Now, how do you separate from the woman who's getting harassed and the woman who's okay partying or whatever? So, there were grey lines then, but those were wilder days.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, anyway, let's talk about good stuff. Let's talk about your Uncle Chip's key ad and how did you come up with Bole Mere Lips. I love Uncle Chips. Like that was one of your most iconic moments in your entire career.
So that is probably the worst thing I ever did. Okay, why?
Yeah.
Because if you're when you're 27 years old,
Yes, sir.
if you write the most famous line in advertising,
Yes.
you had it after that. You can't know anything better. You settle down here.
Yeah.
So you peaked. So I peaked at 27, and there is no way in my life I'd probably had a campaign like that. So once I wrote one or two. After Uncle Chips was coming out, the Amrit Agdu had a second product.
Okay.
It was a snack product,
Okay.
for which I had written the line, "What a chatpata laga."
Bada chatpata.
What a chatpata laga.
What a
Chatpata. Very good. Anyway. So I had been briefed
Okay.
by a client on Uncle Chips, basically, and they said, we want a line around taste.
Okay.
So I remember, so they want a line around taste. So I remember going home and sitting and thinking, okay, what do I do around taste? And that time George Bush was president.
Okay.
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 But George Bush used to have this famous line. But George Bush had this famous line, "Read my lips," famously. And looking at George Bush, and I think I was saying, okay, not bad. So advertising guys, what we do is we will connect three things.
Yeah.
Okay. So that will come and this will come. So the other day I was brainstorming for a client. She makes these cookies and she says that they have no preservatives, no this, no that. And then positive. Then I thought, no, yes, say yes to no. It's like, so say yes to no. We combine three things. Yeah, ma'am, I was sitting and I said, okay, read my lips. So what? Lips is good. Lips is a good story. But lips tells you that. So my first thought was, read my lips. I love Uncle Chips.
Wow.
And then, so the thing about Uncle Chips, Bole Mere Lips is the first campaign to combine languages.
Yeah.
That's what the English ones.
English.
So that's how it came. Bole Mere Lips. I thought of it then. But one second.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that you come to line and then it becomes a headline.
Yeah.
It's not that. People don't know. Tomorrow I'll say just do it. You'll say what a stupid line.
Yeah. What is it?
So next thing that happened is I had to go to convince client that boss, तुम्हारा entire commercial में just use these words. Bole Mere Lips, I love it. Don't use any other words. Client said, what's wrong with you? Yeah, we want to say taste. We want to say this. So I convinced the client that all the campaign did was just say these 6 words.
Bole Mere Lips.
That was part 1, then part 2. And then it caught on basically. Wherever I went, Bole Mere Lips, my son will park, even in hotels, we park the car. Mere daddy at Bole Mere Lips guy. So even when I die, I think it'll be Bole Mere Lips. Shivjeet died here basically.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Everybody, I don't know how some people remember it, but everybody
No, but as you said that everyone does have a peak and you actually get famous after that. But did your life actually take a 360 turn after that?
Yeah, pretty much, because then I started getting job offers. So, in a sense, all this comes later. First 2-3 years, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Then people start writing about it.
Yes.
But then I started getting job offers every 2 months. Somebody would come and meet me about it. All the awards started coming. Said this other campaigns. Yeah, it was.
You've gotten over 100 awards, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were climbing up the ladder and, reaching your peak, which you deserved, very much deserved. So, I mean, were you the same Shivjeet Kullar back then? How was it?
No, I was a very asshole. Man. I was an asshole. We had so badly. You can't imagine. Like, I used to. So if you're one of the best writers you're supposed to be, you can do anything. So I remember once, I know this story is fit for consumption, but
No.
there was a guy called Kumar. Sanjay Kumar. He had joined new MBA. So I gave him one of my ads to sell to client, Usha Files.
Okay.
So he chala gaya. And he came back and he stood there. Sir, your ad is approved. I said, okay. He said, sir, client wants the visual change a little bit. And the client wants the headline change. So pura to change tha. So then I said, listen, did your father have sex with a peon? Excuse me, sir? I said, yeah, because you're a peon. Go on and come back and
Come back and.
He said, sir. I said, this is too bad. He started going off. Did I tell you to leave? I called him back. Kept him waiting for half an hour.
Wow.
After that, I looked up. I said, "Why are you Sonny? Get out." Now I went to an office. This guy sitting at his desk and he's like crying. He's writing a memo.
Yeah.
And I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm writing a memo." I said, "From who to who?" He's "From me to you." I said, "What do you want to write?"
Yeah.
He said, "I want to write F you."
Okay.
I said, "You write F you." I took it to the notice board for 6 months.
And I.
He and I became best of friends.
Wow.
So those were times.
No, it's a fact that he went there and then he came back empty-handed without even convincing her.
No, but we really behaved badly. Like, I remember I was working with some agency as a consultant. The computer was not working properly. I picked it up and smashed it against the wall. So what happened, Ariman, is that I don't know when I started behaving better. Now I behave very well, by the way.
Hmm.
One guy and Sunil, his name was Sunil, a PR guy. He came to meet me. I said, "Can I meet you?" I said, "Yeah." Came to my office to meet me, sat like this
Yeah.
for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know what nonsense we talked. Hey guys, hello. So I don't know what. So anyway, he came to meet me.
Yeah.
I don't know what we talk. A 20 minute बाद he said, "Okay, I'm leaving." I said,
Why?
"Where-
Out of the blue.
Why do you come?"
Yeah.
He said, "I just came to see whether it's true." I said, "What is true?" I came to see whether you've changed, and you have. I said, "Have I?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, what am I now? What were you then?" He said, "Do you know what you told me when you met me last?"
Yeah.
I said, "No." He said, "Okay, I'll not tell you, but they go like that." So actually, I had guys like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was a jackass of jackasses. I lived thinking I was the greatest in the world. I behaved the way I wanted. I didn't want to, but I hope enough years to behave well with all you guys.
No, no.
Something wrong.
But I truly feel that to be at a certain level, that you have to be odd-minded as well. I mean, I have known you ever since then, and I think Shivjeet Kullar is known because of that. Do you like the notorious Shivjeet Kullar? Do you like that version?
So now I'm changed a lot. I don't I don't have coffee even. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I meditate 4 hours a day. And I'm not any less creative. Meaning nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with this. But I feel that the number one sin as per the Upanishads is arrogance.
Yes.
Feel arrogance is
Take someone up.
there's too much of it. Too much of it. Especially where we live in North India. So I feel that I just feel that when you're young, you may get into that. But treating other people not well is, no.
It is, yeah. It is not considered. Like in today's time, you too definitely can't do it. That time you might get away with certain stuff like that. So yeah, Bole Mere Lips, I love Uncle Chips. After that, I mean, of course, your journey started. Tell me one thing, I mean, out of curiosity, have you ever been part of the casting couch and how ugly was it?
I've not been part, but I've seen some.
Yeah.
Like, I know that at one time they used to do this famous beauty contest. And I know a guy who used to personally check whether the women were wearing padded or not. So he would actually check it. So, yeah.
Like physically go and check.
So I know, but I feel actually probably because of my father being in the forces,
Yeah.
that sort of respect of women was sort of ingrained in you. So, yeah, but there was a lot of things going on.
I'm sure. And you were telling me about Shah Rukh Khan as well. Like, let's talk about that fun shoot of his. Like, how did
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. So whenever someone asks me a celebrity funny story, this is the one I know best. I'll tell you this story.
Yeah.
So Shah Rukh, by the way, is the most mischievous guy.
Okay.
The cleverest, most mischievous guy. So we were shooting for something called Shah Rukh Mayur Khan, a famous ad in those days.
Okay.
And I remember when I wrote this line, Shah Rukh Mayur Khan, he agreed to do all the commercials with my shooting,
Wow.
but he didn't want the word Shah Rukh Mayur Khan. He said, "I don't want this." So they sent me to meet him.
Okay.
He said, I'll do everything, but I'll not use this word, Shah Rukh Mayur Khan.
But why Mayur Khan?
Because Mayur shootings.
Okay.
So I wanted it to be together. I said, Shah Rukh boss, if you do this ad, everybody remembers Shah Rukh Khan, but not Mayur shooting. So I need this word in the middle. So I remember him looking at me and he said, okay, agreed. And you write damn well. So I won't call you Kullar, I'll call you Killer. I said, okay.
Lovely.
So we had this guy called Pankaj Gupta,
Okay.
whom Shah Rukh would plan pranks with us. Pranks was a big thing. So one day he set up this prank, and on the table he was sitting here, Pankaj there, I'm there, etc. And suddenly Shah Rukh starts going, okay, he said, this spit is coming out. So Pankaj is staring at him. Then Shah Rukh starts shouting. Shah Rukh says, six, six, I can see number six. I say, six, six. And he called Pankaj, bashed him on the head, six, that, duck. And he ran off. He ran outside.
Okay.
So Pankaj, what happened? Then Mukul Anand was, find six, yeah, go find the number six. So Pankaj was running, and behind the last changing room door, we had written six.
Wow.
So Pankaj Gupta came back and told Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh at that time re-entered, I found six. Shah Rukh said, God, thank God. And he ran off, acting mad. So then Pankaj said, what happened? He said, no, Shah Rukh, he gets these fits. And when he gets these fits, then, he goes running. So is your head paining? Pankaj obviously had a measure 6'10". He said, I think you also got it. Check up that. What did Shah Rukh? The third day Shah Rukh was there. He got Salman. So we had to pay him 25 lakhs.
Okay.
In those days, you could get Shah Rukh for 25 lakhs. ठीक है, अब तो बढ़ गया है, 8 crore है. And Shah Rukh had taken 12.5. And then Salman Khan came and said, "Paisa kahan hai, main sale?" So they're acting in front of Shah, and he's telling Pankaj, "Can you find me 10 lakhs?" So all the people I worked with, I found him really the most clever and humorous guy. Basically. So he was clever, he was humorous. I found this guy great, difficult to get along with. Ajay Devgan. I'm a big Ajay Devgan fan.
Yes, I know you worked.
But he was very sort of aloof. He used to come and go. So the different Bole Mere Rani was the friendliest guys.
Bone Rani, I've heard so much.
Too good.
Yeah.
Kapil Dev, too good. So only when you work closely with these people do you understand who's friendly, who's not friendly, because the public persona is something else.
What were your learnings from them? Did you learn something which was out of the box from them?
I learned one very funny, not funny thing. For them to get where
To that point.
there must be something extraordinary in each of them.
Okay.
And you have to feel that. Like in Shah Rukh's, and Shah Rukh he was clear. He said, my confidence is what we were. So everyone, the confidence of a person, like the most confident person I feel is Narendra Modi.
Yes.
That guy, he knew before anybody knew, when USA sort of kicked him out, he was fixed that he would become prime minister. So one of these is the confidence these guys have, the faith that they have, and yes, I think all of them agree, and luck. Luck has to play a big role in this. I mean, come on, yeah. If the right place at the right time makes a huge difference. But yeah, the common thread is confidence, belief, often belief in nothing is going right, that will go right for you, and a lot of luck. These are probably the good factors.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, I'll just add 2 cents to it. I think what makes Shah Rukh Khan in today's time is his humility. I think because in the public perspective, like his persona is very different. Like he's a father, he's a friend, he's also a humble human. So do you think these kind of things also, like Ajay Devgan has a different persona altogether?
So you're very right. What is their public persona and what they are privately are different. Like two different shots with Sunny Leon. And actually, she literally sits like a sweet school girl.
Wow.
Laughing, this and that. Moment camera on, Sunny is looking at her. So all the time can just switch on and switch off. So when we work with Amitabh Bachchan, so my friend Sid was working with him on Kaun Bhega Crorepati. He is being fed each line in his ear.
Wow.
So he's sitting there and he's shooting. And then Sid is telling him, "Acha, jiske saath baithe ho, his mother is in the fifth row. And she's the one who lost her husband. So without drinking. And so they literally know this switch. One switch goes on and goes off also.
Yeah.
So that is what I find remarkable. The people
But do you also think that sometimes being in such an industry, you get emotionless as well? Like when you have, see, it's an industry full of filters. That's what I call it. Like when you have so many filters on, do you think you lose your sense of humanity and emotions?
one of the things is that they they can't afford to have too much humility or sensitivity or sympathy because so many people want so many things from them. So they have to be very careful,
Selectively.
very careful, very guarded. But you might be right. I mean, you at a certain point of time, you have to, I mean, you just have to have your guard up all the time. But yeah, sometimes so I remember once we got down Shakira basically
Yeah.
for a concert, and Shakira's team had told us everything that she wanted down from the Mercedes class. It's called a rider, right down to the mineral water.
Wow. Okay.
So they had wanted some mineral water, sorry, energy drink. Let's say, I don't know what it's called, dynamite,
Yeah.
available in Colombia. We didn't have that. And we only had Red Bull. For example.
Yeah.
So we took permission for them to serve, gave her Red Bull. And before the show, I was with her in the trailer. And I said, "Are you all set for it?" She said, "Yeah, but I'm not finished the energy. You know, you didn't give me my Red Bull." And she's laughing and she's laughing at my face. So you can get little moments with these people. They're like good moments. By and large, you're right. They have to literally be very, very careful.
Very poised is what I.
All the time.
Yeah. That's.
Look at you. So poised.
No, no.
No, you're going to be a star.
No, no.
In the confidence.
I mean, okay, talking about me, I think I have a confidence, but I'm not poised at all. I think I'm very unfiltered and very unhinged, is what I feel. But do you think in your entire journey, you ever lost that charm of, being, because of course, you've had your ups and downs. So did you ever feel and ever say, like, say fuck you to the world maybe and be like, yeah, man, I mean, these guys are not worth my time?
Yeah. So you mean get fed up with
Yes, if that's a word.
people or fed up with yourself, which is get fed up with what you have to do. No?
See, with yourself, so I think there are phases. Everyone does get fed up of themselves at some point of time. That phase does come into everyone's life. But with people in general, did you ever, like, because it's such a stressful industry, like I've seen it with my own father. He literally, he's gotten bored by pulling his own hair. So, I mean, did you ever say, "Okay, let's just chuck everything, say fuck you to the world and leave"?
Not leave, but I had many. So I remember PVR.
Yes, the cinema.
So we were pitching for the PVR account and we were waiting for Ajay Bijli to come. And my team had literally worked 6 months to get that meeting.
Wow.
Now, Ajay Bijli came 10 minutes late. And I went into the hall to check it out. But obviously, the usher didn't let me in. Ticket nahi hai. I said, "Boss, I can't do it." He didn't care. So I was so angry by the time Ajay Bijli came. He sat down. Some excuse, I threw a fit, I walked out. So
You walked out.
I walked out. So I remember these are times when I just lost it and I shouldn't have. Like I remember with Pawan Munjal. So we had some
Yes.
meeting with Pawan Munjal. And he said something, I said something. So it doesn't mean that you're sitting opposite a man worth 40,000 crores. But despite that, if you hear something and you're fatigued, you snap, you snap. So you're right. I mean, there is nothing to say when you will snap or not snap. Also, the guys who keep snapping, they don't make it. Na? You take a look at, as good as Sachin Tendulkar was a guy called Kamli, Kamli? Arul Kamli?
Ajay Kam.
Ajay Kamli.
Yes.
Equal. But what happened? Who snapped along the way? Who didn't? So temperament. This is what it is. Temperament is the key to long-term success,
Agreed.
and it is. You seen it, yeah. A batsman, he can score 200 runs, but one wrong shot, you're out.
Yeah.
So I think yes, the price of fame is you just do one wrong thing at the wrong time and you had it. So you got to be careful, but people keep snapping basically.
With this part of the journey to you being an author, why am I connecting the two dots? Is because one profession requires so much patience, a lot of self introspection, and a lot of peace. Whereas the advertising industry, where you're just snapping at people, you're just shouting, you're just going for parties, it's a very people oriented field versus journalism, which is a very introverted field. How did you make that? I mean, you always were a journalist or so-called an author, and you've sold so many books. So how did that shift come?
So I have a friend,
Okay.
and no one knows that he's one of my best friends.
Hmm.
Even I don't know it because sometimes he doesn't want to meet me, but he owns Times of India. Okay.
Okay.
So he was the guy who told me, we will ask you to write a humor column, but you have to give us every 2 weeks that call for 15 years. But
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so for 15 years, that discipline of writing and giving that column, that is literally how my writing discipline got settled. So once you get into, it is an author called Stephen King, by the way. He's a horror author.
Yes. Yes.
He is famous for saying, every time I get onto a bus, I know there are 5 better authors than me in the bus, but they don't have the discipline to sit and write.
Wow.
So once you acquire that discipline, okay, and I'll tell you how I wrote my first book.
Yes. Please.
So I have been bankrupt twice in my life.
Wow.
So in my life, I've been poor and rich and poor. Now I don't know.
As everyone has those phases, I think that's very fair.
Now I don't know that rich or poor. I mean, I could get a better shirt, but roughly I'm okay now, basically. So
Yeah.
once after one of my bankruptcies, I was coming back into my new business. And to get back into life, I started writing a book. Every day I wrote. The book called Taking a Taj.
Yes. Of course.
And that writing actually gave me the strength to get back into life. And I still remember in that book, there's a sniper called Rohan, by the way.
Okay.
And what I was feeling, I wrote into him.
Wow.
Very interesting guy. Huh? He has all these dreams and nightmares and this and that, and he's doing his sniping, etc. All these voices in his head. And he ultimately, in that book, he shoots the terrorist leader's girlfriend. So that guy demands his execution. So when that guy calls him there, terrorist leader, and you want to shoot him, he also salutes him. He says, I have to shoot you, but I salute your talent. And the last thing, the last words he says to the terrorist leader before he shoots him, you know what they
What?
thank God. Because finally the voices in head will stop.
Wow.
That shot. So literally I was really
You were feeling that.
that I
Yeah. Or
fucking shoot myself in the head. So that's how writing helps. Like if you channelize
yes.
yourself out, it helps. So that's the difference between advertising and writing to an extent. Advertising, you are writing stuff to entertain people, but writing, if you
You're venting out your own.
your own, yes, you put your own blood, sweat, tears onto a page, and that's how you write. So that's the difference between these two.
Did you ever feel like, did you ever give a certain career more weightage than the other? Like, did you ever feel that, oh, maybe I should just quit advertising, just write books, or maybe I should not do advertising and do events, or maybe I should do something else, or host shows for that matter? Did you ever give weightage to any career?
Yeah, I think maybe it's important to know where you are, in which career, how relevant you are,
Of course.
and how long you have to go. So, like, I don't do advertising anymore. So,
Yes.
10 years back, I left advertising and I started an online company. It's an online research company. Now, 6 months ago, I launched a new game.
Yes.
Then some people came to me to say, will you write a book on humor? And I thought about it, but I realized nobody's reading. So now I do humor on Instagram. So I got this
Through your reels, yeah. For the people, you must watch Shivjeet sir's.
yeah. You must show one reel in this thing. So you got to know where you are. You got to keep moving. And there's something very interesting, by the way, that Steve Jobs said about Bob Dylan. If you look at any of these guys, Bob Dylan went through 6 phases of music.
Okay.
Hussein, Parish Maiti, they go through,
This was yeah.
they all go through their phases. So as a creative person,
Hussein was dyslexic, by the way. Like, he didn't even know. I mean, painting was his thing, by the way, for the people who don't know.
so I'll tell you, Hussein's very funny. Maybe you know, I don't know. So Hussein, when he was coming to Delhi, he he tried to get onto a train, or he was not being able to get on. So this guy helped him get on, and this guy started talking to Hussein. And in Delhi, he patronized the guy, and this man basically he gave Hussein work. Hussein used to paint billboards, by the way.
Wow. Yeah.
He gave Hussein work to draw paintings of his wife.
Yes.
You know all these guys?
Who?
KP Singh of DNA. Yes, I hear it. 68 Husseins.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've heard so called that he has Hussein, but I know it's also.
He's the guy who, I mean, he just gave Hussein his break. So anyway, so I'm saying all these people
All these
go through
masters.
phases of writing. It's same in creative. Like you can't do one thing for very long. So yeah, I did advertising for the longest, but all these things you're saying, you know, I used to write articles, there advertising, there game show hosting, there events, and then I did this online. Now I'm doing this game.
But did you ever crave stability? Because this is so unstable.
Right.
I mean, did you ever crave that stability?
I crave only. See these guys. So there's from my class, right? And say Xavier's Calcutta.
Yeah.
I have these Bengali friends.
Yeah.
They're so stable.
Yeah.
Just so stable. Like one of them actually has done the same thing for 40 years. He refused a promotion. He's in State Bank of India because he had to leave the city.
Wow.
Just imagine that stability. Yeah, that you just sure of everything. I wish I could do that. This when you live when you live the sort of more fancier life, there's just so much ups and downs and ups and
But I also feel that grass is always green on the other side. Like, if you ask me, if I could do something for the next 20, 30, 40 years, like one thing, one career, I think I could. And I fairly think even you can't.
I went to, nobody gave me a job ever since. Last fucking job I was given was when I was 40 years old. Now, anybody watch you, give me a job, I'll join. Kya very one company, second company.
No, but talking about jobs, then you were working in Oceanic. It was such a good phase. Like, how was that?
Your
phase?
father, right?
I don't want
What
to
a
do that.
guy, what a guy. Yeah.
I mean,
Amazing.
you don't need to talk about.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that thing because you see, Ashish is such a instinctive recognizer of good ideas.
Yes. That happens.
Mr. Ashish Sethi, he doesn't know the meaning of the word, क्या बोलते हैं, subtlety.
Yeah.
He'll either tell you, either you're rubbish or you start shouting, basically. So those are the kind of guys who really make creative people come alive.
He told me about this instance where you guys had to do some gifting, corporate gifting. So a client had approached you that we want to send something to all our clients. So you sent like 2 tennis balls in a box, and uske upar you guys had written balls to you, and that had gone to all the clients.
So we wrote to you, you need a agency with balls.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're saying good days. Good days.
Like, that was one of the most, I think, eye catching stories I know about.
Yeah, I mean, and those days, especially you see, there was a way to stand out. There was originality and creativity.
Yes.
Today, it's confusing.
Yes.
Whose work is what?
True.
So today, it is totally, you cannot predict who will get where. Ori will come up, someone will come up. So the other day, some girl, she showed me a reel where she had come for interview. So she is wearing jeans and whatever, kurta. And then she leads to camera and knocks says, Desi girl, and she's now in sari. 11 million views. So I don't know, yeah, what's happening. But yeah, these are.
Do you think social media has been a boon or a bane to you? Like, what has it been? I think I'm more on the negative side. I think it's more of a disaster than a boon. What do you think?
Social media and me are becoming friends now, Sru. So basically, I didn't know much social media. And my son is deeply into it. And okay, this said this. But now as I'm getting into it, I sometimes do 4 reels a day now, by the way.
Yeah.
So now I'm understanding how it works. And I think it's good and bad, right? So everything is good and bad.
Yes, of course.
Like my wife is doom scrolling every night, basically. I get much less sex nowadays because her fingers are there, basically. But I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But overall, see, it is also like at one time when the phone came, people said, यार phone पे है कितना time waste हो रहा है. When TV came, TV, full life is gone. But anything new that comes,
It has it.
there's a whole thing happening. Now tomorrow, imagine social media evolves to that point when you can give your thoughts to 5 million people. But that's beyond social media,
Yes.
the telepathic media.
Yes.
So it evolves, and every time we say that is bad, but it is evolution.
It is evolution, but so I also feel that if something, so we as the human, okay, I'm going to go into something deep. We are humans at the end of the day. Talking about mankind, if it's hurting the mentality or the mental state of the humankind, don't you think it's bad? Why am I saying so? Let's talk about business, okay? Earlier in your days, I mean, if I could call you that old, you had only gin chunke 10, 15, 20 odd agencies. Today you wake up, you open Instagram, there are 10,000, more than 10,000, digital marketing agencies within your vicinity. So, I mean, this is a boon because it's giving people an opportunity, but also like you said, na, कि कोई भी उठ के कुछ बन जाता है types. So, don't you think that it's mentally disturbing as well? And that is where stability does not come into the picture.
I think so. I think that pre all this life was a little healthier. There was space, more peaceful, more more ways to do it. Now, whether you like it or not, you have Trump in your face all the time. I mean, now
Yeah,
everything is everywhere, basically. Yeah, it is a more crowded life.
it is more crowded.
And strangely more crowded and lonely. At the same time, both these things happening together. Well, so there's a, I don't know how to give a word for it, but the best word I can give is this. Do you know that when you go to a party, some people, when they're talking in the party, they take out their phone and start showing you things in it.
Yeah.
Then I look around and say, my God, what is this?
Was it-
You stay on your phone and come to this party. So yeah, social media is quite changed a lot, and I think you have to learn more. You learn more. Yeah, what's the word when you do something in moderation?
Moderation.
Moderation. I mean, you learn moderation, you have a better life. Somebody tell my wife this. Moderation. You keep her saying that
Okay.
whatever 1 hour a day. Yeah.
But are you now that you're active on social media? How do you like that life? I've seen your fun side because I think we only get to see your fun side on social media.
Yeah, I like it. And every time you think you understood it, it changes.
Hmm.
All the algorithms or whatever you do, they keep changing. And you try and understand. So social media is consumed by young people,
Yes.
basically. So one of the reasons that we do social, but I can tell you for a fact that it's much better you try and understand something that's happening.
Of
Because
course.
whenever I sit with my friends,
I call it herd mentality. That's what I call it.
we have to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, Arey, WhatsApp is so bad, so bad. Arey, boss, half the world is doing that. You just understand what they're doing. No? Then say yes or no. So you, whether you like or not like, you have to understand what is happening and why. And then you're fine. Otherwise, you're just
Constantly. Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about social media and this. I also want to throw some light on when you were in your advertising days. We had briefly spoken about nepotism. Did you ever face or did you see? Has anyone ever tried to pay you for taking their son in the ad or something of that sort?
yeah. So nepotism, in the sense of powerful or rich people,
Yes.
of using their influence to get their kids or somebody something. I Yeah, it's been there, but it doesn't really work because I I cannot name that client. But
Yeah, of
great
course. Of
client,
course.
great product, but he didn't pay. He just wanted us to use his son in an ad. We used him. The son couldn't act, so it didn't work out basically. So I think by and large, it's a self-defeating thing. Whenever you have a big Bollywood movie or you have a big something, and someone pushes someone in, sometimes it goes against the
Of course.
apples, but it's a big topic now. I didn't even know it was called Nepo actually. So the topic is called on my class. Yeah, it was there back then, but I feel it's part of any industry.
It is. I truly feel that, people have created such a big buzz around it on social media, this and that. But advertising it to hota hi hai. Like I've seen it. Did you ever, like, you also have a son. Did you ever try to push him in the same industry? Did he ever want?
Son doesn't listen to me.
Okay.
I mean,
No, son.
son and daughter, they don't listen to me. They don't do advertising. They do different things. So my son and my daughter, they're doing their own things. And I feel it's better that way. In fact, he finds it very irritating that when people recognize his surname. So recently, he was pitching to some company. They said, Kullar, that's Kullar. And they assume because he's there,
Yes.
I'll be available to them. He just ended that meeting. So I haven't ever fixed them anywhere and they don't want it, but it does happen. And actually, that's also natural. No? I mean, at the end of the day, why should you not want to use your position to push?
Yeah, to push someone. That's morally fair. But to be very realistic, that's not how the India works. So that's what I was asking. Because a lot of parents want their kids to pursue the parents' dreams. So have you ever wanted that for your kids? Okay, acha, do what I say. Do this, do advertising, do something what you guys want to do.
Yeah, I don't I didn't know. Like I feel I could have done a lot of things better. I think a lot of stuff I did, it happened by accident and luck, basically, which is not the ideal formula for success. You can't rely on that. I also feel I'm not good with money, basically. I'm not good with money. So I think there's better ways of doing what I did. But
One thing you would want to change, like out of these examples, you were.
when I go back, what I want to change, boss, nothing. I'll tell you why. Because everything is happening so much by chance. I remember, so the biggest testing ground for a man in Delhi is what school you get your child into.
That is so true. That is so true. Yeah.
This is two big tests. One is your sperm count, and second is where your child goes into.
Yeah.
And I remember my wife was expecting a second kid when I had to get my first kid into school. And I went everywhere with her. And bloody hell, you don't even know where the forms are, what is happening. I went with my daughter to modern school, Vasant Vihar, I think, and they were calling kids 420 to 440 and taking them for interviews. And she had been taught to not go with strangers.
Mm.
So when we arrived there and they said 420, 40, she started crying.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, you have 20 minutes to sort it out. So we went through this garden of theirs, all Punjabi people eating parathas with their kid, tusi gaddi faddi, all that was going on. And my daughter sat down and started crying.
Wow.
So I did what any father would do. I started crying also. Man, then I remember near near where I worked, a new school came up. And I went to the school, and there you could either walk out of school or slide out of school.
Wow. Okay.
So I put my kid into that school.
Okay.
That school is called Sri Ram School.
Of course.
So I'm saying so much of what happened by luck. You're right. So I don't want to change anything.
In your life.
Yeah.
One bad decision you've ever taken in your career. I'm talking about not your personal life.
So I sometimes wonder, it's a good question here. So I left corporate life.
Yes.
Nobody ever could hire me, but this guy came from uh, New York. Sorry, came from Australia, setting up a company in India. He said, "Why don't you join your own agency? I'll give you 10% ownership." That's when I left and I joined that, and then another agency, and then my own agency, etc. So literally, that's what my career diverted. So if
Okay.
I had remained in that career, it's pretty straightforward. You do well, creative director, you shift to Bombay, you shift to Singapore, you shift to New York. There's a whole
There's
corporate
a whole
life
path.
journey.
Yeah.
The path I took, you bhatko around, you launch a company, you launch a second company, and you do a lot of things. So there's literally two things. One is you become a professional and you go to the top, like Sundar, whatever,
That's right.
Pichel or something, and then you did what I did. So I won't say I regret, but I quite wonder if I'd stayed on that path, and I would have liked to. I wouldn't have minded that. I really wouldn't mind a salary of 12 crores a year with a check. I just
No one would have.
yeah, but then I have to get up on time, catch flights at 6 in the morning. So you don't
You can't say fuck you to the world. That also
you can't
comes.
do that basically. And yeah, and maybe maybe you don't have so many experience.
But don't you think it's good to be erratic? Like especially in the field you are.
Yeah. So to be unpredictable,
Yeah.
erratic is good. It helps because you can think different things, meet different
Exactly what I'm saying.
meet different people. But it's not bad, yeah, to also fly business class everywhere, get table a year, wear those suits, and talk. When I went to go to Singapore, all these guys, carbon coffee, all of them have got this
Yeah, same
bags,
bag.
is in a fort. Okay, catch you at 220, circle back, and all the VC language. Let me loop back to you. Well, that's also a life.
Yeah, that's also different. Right? What is the legacy you want to leave behind, sir? What is the kind of legacy that you would like to leave behind for the generations after you?
So this is what I am doing nowadays. I'm finding every year I grow like 10 years younger. My mentality is like a child now. And I just talk nonsense all the time. We're laughing all the time. So I literally feel the ultimate evolution of a human being is how silly and simple they can begin. So can you begin like a child at 4, and when you're 70, can you be back
Okay.
at 4? To me, better than legacy, because if you're thinking legacy, you're in a trap, na? Oh, I will leave legacy, I will build 3 buildings, but you gotta fucking die, na, at the end of it.
Yeah.
You can't take a building.
No, but I'm not even talking about materialism. Like that is one side. No one, I mean, I think cares about money because everyone's busy earning their own. But legacy needs the thought process. So, what would you want Shivjeet Kullar to be known as?
I, I think like one of the big things I would like to be known as is that I would like people to recognize the reality of entrepreneurship, because it's made out to be such a sexy, fabulous thing and launched one company, second company, etc. But if your temperament is wrong for it, you shouldn't do it. So I do feel that everybody should feel and get from me honestly what are the rewards and costs of everything that you do. And it should not look too easy, nor it should look difficult. Is there some way that I can accurately convey to everyone, this is what I've done, this is what I could have done, and this is the price of what I do. So I hope I've told you everything before you buy into this packet.
So, you keep a clear picture and then let people decide.
Yeah, if I can honestly, my life can honestly show everyone what certain choices mean, what went wrong, what went right. It's a lot better because I go nowadays. I talk at so many places.
Yes, yes, yes.
And when I talk, often it's the startup circle. So Deep Kalra before me, someone, and when they go and talk, people stare at them. They make it sound so simple. What they did, it's not so simple. Out of 10 businesses, 9 fail.
Yeah, that is a fact. That is truly a fact.
So if we can all convey the right things to the generations to come. So, for example, that's the happiest set of countries is supposed to be the Nordic countries, which is
Denmark is
the happiest set of countries are supposed to be Nordic countries. In those set of countries, people who amass too much wealth, people go, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I feel it's very important that people should realize that number of choices in life. and they all have their own sort of set of things with it. And then they honestly can make choices.
Do you think materialism, like you said, no, like in all these countries, materialism also ruins you as a person? Because if you don't aspire to be or have a certain kind of wealth or certain kind of buildings or fucking Mercedes Benz or something of that sort, then you tend to be a different person altogether.
Yeah, I feel that
Do you think it ever ruined you as a person, materialism? Like when you got money, when you got fame, got all those the attention. Do you think that ruined you also as a person?
I feel that there was one point of time when I was very rich. I had a lot of money, man. I bought, I probably bought the fifth CRV in Delhi with Honda.
Wow, when it had come,
Yeah, you know, you got a great car. When you go to a hotel, they refuse to park it. They leave it in the. Yeah, I had that kind of car. So I was like really rich, and I felt when you're rich, now you feel you know everything. So I used to dress white. I used to feel like I was God. I used to travel first class, and you feel very good. But actually, you're not connecting with anyone. You're just connecting with nobody,
no, you're not.
and you're not growing at all. But it was good having
I
money.
think you're a trophy then. Like people just want to be with you or know you for a certain thing. Like that's when actually think that tags are very negative in life. Like when you become a tag, that just means that no one wants to know you. They just want to know of you, is what I feel. So you actually became a tag that time.
I mean, they used to call me to be chief guest.
Yeah.
So I remember once 30-second milestone. You got this.
Yes, of course, Gurgaon.
So I was chief guest when they launched it second time.
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, people just call you. They expect you to be a certain kind of person.
Yes.
They expect you to say certain things, and I always say the wrong things. But yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah, you can be in a position where fame, fame and money. Actually, I've never had so much money. By the way, yeah, I like to tell people that I live in GK. I live in GK2, and in GK2, there's probably 55,000 people with 10 times the money I have, but maybe only 8 people known as
No,
those
yes.
thing. Yes. So actually, I remember this very. There's a friend of mine who is now pretty infamous. His name is Tarun Tejpal.
Okay.
He was a Telka person.
Okay. Okay.
I remember once I was in a coffee shop and Bunty was there. At that time, he was the sixth most recognizable face in India. Okay.
Okay.
Telka.
Because that got
I
sorted.
said, how's it going, man? Yeah, etc. Then he had this coffee, but he made me pay the bill. He said, you tell me how to make this fame into money. So sometimes it does work, you don't have it. But by and large, I feel, yeah, I think fame or whatever can give you a very false set of,
Yes.
of things that get it all wrong. It's probably good to have enough.
A certain mix of all the things. I think that a balance.
Yeah, so I've reached a new problem in life now because I don't I don't smoke anymore. I don't smoke cigars. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't like international travel. So I have nothing to spend my money on. So
Do you kind of miss that?
yeah, I miss smoking the most. Yes, so good. Just sitting and also drinking with it. But yeah, once you give it up and you learn to give it up, it's a better life.
It is a
You know,
better.
in parties, when I go to parties,
That is when it gets to you.
yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say. After 30, I don't know what anybody's saying.
Yeah.
Because the same guy, you see stocks and shares, the movie, and golf, he's talking some other language basically. So I have no clue. And but so much of life is drinking. You look at it.
Do you like parties? Do you still like parties?
No, I just, I
This
don't know what to say. I find people so boring. Or they know nothing new to say. I just like meeting younger people and they boss me around all the time.
Yeah.
I like this basically. But so much of life is drink. You look at it, party mein cocktail,
हाँ जी,
single voice,
singing on you.
free martini lunch, champagne breakfast, everything.
Even your now shows, man, you go into office and you're having a
Drink.
yeah.
When you meet a hot babe, what do you say?
Yeah,
Go for it.
like go for it.
You guys chalo samay sak le chitte hai. She said, get out, man. I want to smoke some shit.
This is so true, yeah. But yeah, but why don't you go back to drinking, let's say?
I want to. I want. I want to go to smoking. I'm going to. I go to every person.
Guys, we do not endorse this. So
Yeah, wait. Yeah, we don't endorse. If you allow me to smoke, I'll go back to smoking. Will you allow me to smoke?
yeah, no. I don't know what is the right answer which I'm supposed to give here. But yeah, I mean, I think you should do anything and everything which makes you happy. I mean, that is a politically correct.
I made a big mistake. Actually, a friend of mine, he left drinking and smoking, and now he drinks and smokes when he feels like.
Okay.
I thought I'll do that, but I left it too long.
And now you're just over it.
Go back to it. But yeah, I mean, it was something to do. So now my drinking and smoking replaced with diet coke. I'm a diet coke.
I'm a cokehead as well. When I say cokehead, I'm talking about Coca-Cola, guys. Yeah.
Diet coke and the ultimate excitement, dipping biscuit into tea.
Tea.
God, I'm not good at that, man. These are two things, basically.
Talking about fame, sir, like I just remembered, Dilli to Pagal hai. Everyone knows about that. And I think I don't even need to tell people what that concept was or what that column was. Can you walk us through that entire experience of Dilli to Pagal hai?
I wanted to buy a cycle for my daughter, who was 6 years old. Safdarjung enclave, I asked someone, where do I buy a cycle? Chandni Chowk. Chandni Chowk. उस side से. 30 people उस side. They had no cause to lie to me. They're all lying to me. In Delhi, everyone, so when you come from Calcutta to Delhi, basically, you're shocked. Everyone in Delhi is lying all the time.
All the time.
Bribing someone all the time and violent all the time. My friend Dupen Shah,
Yes.
he came from abroad. He bought a new gypsy, Maruti gypsy, and ambassador always bumped him off the road. He chased and chased and chased the ambassador, and finally he arrived somewhere, got out to talk, the guy slapped him 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
preemptive slaps.
Yes.
So Dilli to Pagal was born against
Post that, yeah.
it was born for in some way for all those people. Now Delhi is better, boss.
Yeah.
Now people in Delhi, they speak English and they know they wear linen and they told these things.
A bit more civil. I don't think Delhi has ever become civilized. That's my opinion. Those kind of people are still there. It's just that people have started. They know how to. They know the art of acting now. This is what I think.
Otherwise, to Pagal hai was just to take out Delhi. And I never knew who was reading it all the time. I once went to Habitat Center. This guy passing me, Jairam Ramesh.
Oh,
I don't know him. He didn't know me.
wow.
He said,
Okay.
"Aapka next fatta kya hai?" And he walked off. I mean, just crazy things. People, you'll be reading it. I'm going to a party. But Nehru ke baad, Gandhi ji, they all talking from my article like I knew it. It was a good time, but I'm going to strike back through Insta. Just wait. Now
Yeah.
I started.
Yeah, I think you should. What was your best Delhi ka pagal hai moment? Delhi to pagal hai moment.
I feel, what I would think this out. Probably I'm sitting with my wife
Hmm.
and she says, and my wife thinks I know nothing about style, which I don't. You can see my clothes.
I think this is amazing if you ask me.
So she's telling me, don't turn around. My favorite designer is behind you. So I said, who?
Hmm.
He says, Sunit Verma. Ek hai, Sunit Verma, designer. And I said, oh. And she says, and he doesn't, the only thing he doesn't make clothes in large sizes.
Okay.
For larger people. So I said, yeah. She said, yeah. She said, but quiet, I don't say. I said, Sunit, you hitting my nigga. So I like those moments really when people, Rohit Bal, for example. So all people I keep meeting, and there's one thing that is universal is humor, basically. It works. So those
I think that is one thing which works with everyone, as you rightly said. It is a universal language.
yeah, there are those really good fun moments there used to be where people recognize are chatting with you.
Beautiful. So now, I mean, talking about the next generation like we were, what is one thing you would want to tell the young entrepreneurs which you're telling? And because I think you truly, now I'm talking as if I'm taking an interview, but this is a fact. You truly are an inspiration. What is one thing you would want to change and one thing you would want to tell them from experience?
Young entrepreneurs, one thing I have to tell them is you're definitely going to get screwed
Wow.
repeatedly. But if you can go through it. So Rajan Anandam, one of the most famous sort of corporate guys, has said no startup succeeds till it's almost died 5 times. The one message is you are going to get jacked. But if you can stick in there, there's a chance you'll succeed. But don't think it's going to be a short ride. So just stick it out. The number one lesson of people who succeed is people who stuck it out. Just stick it out.
Patience. Patience is the key.
Patience and the ability to bounce back.
Okay. What do you think makes an entrepreneur turn into an artist per se? Like I would say, like today, Shah Rukh Khan is not an actor; he's an artist. I mean, if you get the fair difference between the two. So what makes like you yourself? I'm being very honest. You are an artist yourself as well.
So one of the biggest things that makes entrepreneurs or anybody turn into an artist is the ability to channelize emotion, joy, and pain.
Wow.
You see, these are feelings we have: emotion, joy, love, pain. Sometimes they
Anger.
burn your heart out.
Yeah.
But when you can put them onto paper or put them onto canvas, that's when you start becoming an artist. You let it flow out of you. I think that's the big thing that I have.
How did you do that? You did that through journalism or advertising or other things? You think journalism is still your favorite?
I don't think I've managed it yet. I tried, but to truly pour it myself onto a piece of paper, which actually also implies surrender.
Yes.
I
Yes.
haven't
Correct.
managed yet, but I'm trying. But you journalism in advertising you don't. Advertising you're writing for other people.
Yes.
But yes, in journalism,
Do you still write for yourself nowadays?
no time man, nowadays. I just make reels basically. At night I'm thinking what reels to make. Everyone in office knows that the first thing is reels. So I now do reels. I just do humor. I find in life really the biggest currency is humor. I know I'm
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so that's how I put a lot of my stuff out.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people send me their books to read. I give them my comments. But कौन पढ़ता है आजकल?
So पढ़ते बहुत हैं. I truly think that there's a niche for everything. पढ़ते बहुत हैं. You just have to do it. I mean, keep on doing it. There is, I forgot that line from that movie which I saw. That there's a viewer or there's a shopper or there's a buyer for everything on this planet. Uh, like my own Amo says कि अगर दुकान खुली हुई है इसका मतलब चल रही है. So if you write, there will be people who will be reading and people will be endorsing you as well in that.
Very good thing. I'll give you a saying for this.
Yes.
Every cause is alive as long as there's one fool willing to fight for it.
Yes.
You just need one person.
Wasn't only one person.
That's well said.
Yeah. As you rightly said. But yeah, now coming to the end of the podcast, we also going to have a very nice, heartful, we call it the heartful moment where we're going to have a rapid fire questions. Another thing which I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you 3 or 4 keywords and you have to make a jingle out of it because you're the best at it. Okay. And the second is I want to ask you one honest opinion about, okay, this is like the entire journey of Shivjeet Kullar. One thing which you should have done, one thing you shouldn't have done.
So the one thing I shouldn't have done is I shouldn't have behaved so badly.
Okay, fair enough.
Apologies. One thing I should have done, and I hope I will do, is we shouldn't make such a big deal out of everything. Things pass. So behave better and don't make a big deal out of everything.
Do you have a map for your future? Like how do you see, how do you see yourself in the next 15, 20 odd years?
Every year I think something comes. So currently I am I'm running a games company. We're
Yeah.
launching a huge sort of games there. I am running a research company
Yeah.
online.
NFX Digital.
I'm doing my Insta columns. I'm doing a new play with
Yeah, theater was also always your forte.
so I'm doing a new play with Times of India and Shah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So these are 4 or 5 things that I'm doing. And but yeah, it's a good question. So if you ask me what is it that I want to do, so here's something I'll tell you. You'll like this. This question is often asked. If God came in front of you
Hmm.
and asked you, "What do you want?"
Hmm.
What would you say? Now, this has 4 levels of answer
Okay.
that I have seen so far. The first level is someone would say, "I want fame
Yeah.
or money." It's fair enough. They should get it. The second is someone would say that I want world peace or I want peace of mind. ये भी हो सकता है. The third level is clever thing to say is that I want to know what you want from me. With your God, na? You will know much better what
You know how to direct me. Yeah.
But what I say to God is, I want to walk with you in this life.
Wow.
So if you ask me what I want to do
Wow.
with myself in the future, I want to find God. I have also already met him, her, 2, 3 times in meditations. But that is it. I'm searching everywhere, and I know people say, okay, it's a higher power, it's whatever it is that we cannot see, but is a higher, more beautiful thing. I want to find that. I want to find God with life. And if he's watching me wherever he is, now come and find me. But that's what I want more than anything else.
No, I'm going to title this podcast as this, Where is Going? But this is beautifully said, that I want to walk with you. So as I said, I mean, it's been a beautiful journey that you've had. And as you rightly said about God, do you see yourself retiring, or or is it something you'll always be part of?
Ready to retire today.
Yeah? For
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so now since we're at the end, I'm gonna have a nice rapid fire session with you. This is something which we call a heartful moment.
Yeah.
Heartful guys watch us live every 10 days.
Yeah.
So rapid fire related to your life and the industry.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to give you 5 keywords. Post that rapid fire.
Yeah.
I want you to create a jingle out of that.
Right.
Okay, perfect. So, since you live in an imperfect world and we've spoken about how times have changed, so I'm going to be giving you certain Gen Z terminology. Even I don't know them. I'm not a Gen Z, but I'm going to give you certain Gen Z terminology. Let's see if you know the meaning of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the meaning of Pookie?
Yeah.
What is it?
It is a ghost that has come back in a new life.
Okay. Wow. But do you know the meaning of Pookie in today's time? Like that is not how Pookie actually like they use it.
Yeah. It's you don't know. I don't know. Whatever I say,
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know actually.
Fair enough. Do you know this? I think. Do you know the meaning of side chick?
Side chick.
I think this is an old terminology as well.
Probably when you have one hen that's giving birth and the hen next is.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, no. A side chick is basically your backup girl. Is what like people say. No, oh, he has a side chick, that he has someone to flirt around with and go around with. Do you know the meaning of benching?
Yeah.
What is that?
It is when you're involved with someone and you had enough of them, so you put them on the bench.
Okay, wait. No, this is not benching. As far as I've read about this, benching is, for example, you're talking to a girl, okay, and you're marrying or hooking up with or something of that sort. At the same time, you have a backup who's sitting on a bench, waiting for you very nicely and waiting for you to finish with this girl so that she can get up from the bench and then she can come into the picture.
It's also Punjabi of you. So what bench is? Isn't it? No.
No, but yeah, I get the fun behind it. Okay, even I don't know. Do you know the meaning of eight?
How to spell it?
8E, she ate, he ate. This is something which has been going on in these Instagram reels these days.
No.
Even I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. 0, 0.
What is the meaning of eight? Nayoda?
No.
These guys would know. Yeah. Like you ate right now,
Okay.
Delulu. This I think you know. He's very Delulu.
Yeah. Right.
No. Delulu. I mean,
Gen Z language is very boring.
very.
Gen Z itself is boring.
I
I don't know why you're wasting your time. You know.
no, but it's fun. But Delulu means delusional. Like people say,
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
yeah,
I didn't
Delulu means uh, delusional. Okay. Text relationship. Wow. Wow, the fuck is
There
this?
is a relationship that actually exists in a false meaning through text, but actually not real.
I think I agree with you. This is what text relationship means. Okay. Now we're gonna come down to you. Your rapid fire.
Yeah.
Your creative guilty pleasure.
Right?
Creative guilty pleasure. TV show or your habit, something it can be.
Making reads.
Making reels. Yeah, I think that's
Morning, noon, night. Making reads.
a line you wish you had written. A famous jingle or a line you wish you would have written.
Yeah. Yeah. There is this one. I love that line. Manya word. Dulan Valley feeling. Or I love that line. Really good.
What is that line you're getting?
Dulan Valley feeling.
Doing Valley feeling.
Very nice.
Has a client ever taken credit for your idea? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. there are at least 45 people written Bole Mere Lips. You can find them everywhere.
Are you see?
Yeah. Anywhere I look, I've written it. So I used to it now.
Fantastic. Would you ever write for a political party again?
Yeah. I even last time in the BJP elections, I helped them out.
Just a question out of this. Have you ever been like, has anyone troubled you or ever threatened you? Like threatened is the word I was looking for. Has anyone threatened you ever?
Yeah. They
They're like,
get very angry. Like, how could you write for the BJP? How could you write for the BJP? What is your excuse? I said, they give me money. So I couldn't. What is it?
fair enough.
But people get very angry in politics now.
Yeah, nowadays it's dirty. One thing you miss from the golden era of Indian advertising.
Everybody was smoking. I'm missing cigarette.
Best answer.
Yeah.
I think so. Delhi street food or 5-star sushi?
5-star sushi. I hate street food.
5-star sushi.
Yeah.
You're not a street food person at
No,
all.
I have a Bengali stomach. Whatever I put in regularly comes out this. So I don't like street food.
Who's a creative mind you admire today?
The most creative mind of all time, asking
Yeah.
ultimate creative guy, Osama bin Laden. Who else?
Why so?
Who else could have thought?
But why creativity?
That's creativity. It's evil, but it's creative.
Yeah, it's evil.
Just imagine, why is creative always good? So a creative genius could be, he's evil. Who the hell else would think of taking 10 planes?
I can't even put this up. This is so, I can't even put this up. Yeah.
It's true.
No, but a politically correct person, if I have to ask you.
Okay, who do I think is the most creative person today?
Yeah.
Most unpredictable, most creative.
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah.
Every day something new. Every day something. Who would dream, you could think of it. What did you say?
Would you aspire to be like Trump one day?
It's too tiring. I could not be.
He's living his best life. So yeah, I mean that was the end of the rapid fire session. I think you fairly did well. Like Karan Johar, I don't have a hamper that I can give you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'll surely send you one. So I mean, now this is the last and final moment where I will give you 5 keywords, and you have to have. So you will get. So we read this study on Oxford that any art form can be created in a span of 7 minutes. So we give every guest 7 minutes and 5 keywords, and you have to come up with a.
Actually, write them down and give me.
I've written it down. I'll write it down and give it to you. The first keyword is God. Second keyword is SRK. Third is Uncle Chips. Fourth is retirement. Fifth is art. Sixth is erratic. Oh, sorry, 6 okay. You can eradicate one. Like, because I'll write it down on a piece of paper. I'll cut this and I'll give it to you.